I'm thrilled to have my next guest join us. Their brand new album, Weird Throb, is out right now. It is the one and only MEHRO.
Pete, how are you?
In person.
In person.
We couldn't do this the first time out.
No, and now we're here.
It was a strange, interesting time, 2021.
Too strange, beautiful parts about it, but many terrible parts about it too.
I'm sure that there were ups and downs, and of course, a lot of discoveries being made, and you being one of them, over that period of time. Anyway, how are you? I want to highlight the good. It's been so many years. I've seen you do so many wonderful things. And as we were saying off camera, we always missed each other. But how are you?
Now we are in the flesh.
Yeah.
I'm feeling centered and feeling grateful for this tour, this experience, for everybody that we're on the road with, that I get to see this country again, that I get to play for people that want to hear the music. It's a bit bizarre that this many people want to see us play shows and are taking time out of their day to watch us play songs. That's strange. Even if it was just one person, that would be strange.
Still, even to this day, because you did come out of the gate in 2020, 2021 with music that really resonated. And playing those first shows after things opened up must have been a trip and wild and a weird experience, being able to see the people, the faces behind the usernames. Here we are 5 years later, and it's still a bizarre experience for you.
In a beautiful way. It's sort of how if you love somebody enough that it's shocking that you can continue to love them and love them more as time goes on. How is that possible? You're just one being. How do I continue to love you and love you even more as time goes on? And I guess that's sort of the same relationship that I'm lucky enough to have with music.
I mean, that's something that humans have, I think, over the period of their lives. The more familiarity you have, the more love you have for that object, that person, that thing, that passion.
If we can only be so blessed. If we can, I mean, if you have that, then you have everything. Do you feel that way?
Absolutely. That's why I'm here talking to you right now. I feel passionately about you. I believe in your art. I believe in you as a human. We connected so well and bonded so well during one conversation that it stuck with me. And every time you came to San Francisco, I was like, man, I'm not there. But, and finally we're here, and I'm really reveling in it right now, I gotta say.
Me too. You also have a specific quality that is not like very many people, which is that I've only known you through Zoom or through the internet. And usually when you meet somebody in person, there's a drastic difference when you meet them. But you are exactly who I thought you would be through technology. So whatever you're seeing, however you're seeing this platform, if you think that he's one particular way and in person different on the internet, no. Through line, what you're seeing is what you're getting. It's exactly the same.
Thank you for observing that. I think I see a lot of that in your fans too, because prior to coming to this venue here, the line outside was crazy, and so many fans were just talking amongst themselves about how much your music means to them. And some of the interactions too. So others have said, oh yeah, I met him outside this small venue, Cafe du Nord in San Francisco, and he was so nice, and so forth and so on. So to have that feedback, that relationship has to be another layer of comfort, again, giving you confidence in what you do.
It absolutely does. And it's a funny line to walk. It's a funny line to cross, to a tightrope. Is that what they call it? Because yes, you can let that stuff in, but if you're letting that stuff in, then you're also letting the negative in.
Right.
And as somebody who's very sensitive, you have to be mindful of that, because people can turn on you. And if you have other people's approval or praise let you fluctuate how you view yourself, there's a place of weakness there. Whereas somehow being able to let it in, cherish it, but also keeping it in a place that doesn't truly affect the vision. That's the ultimate goal. Still working on that. It's a daily practice, you know? It's like you can meditate one day, that doesn't mean that you're centered forever, conscious, present forever. You have to keep honing it in.
Right. And I love the album title. It resonates with me so much because Weird Throb. I was not the heartthrob. I'm sure. This is my interpretation, of course. It's a brand new piece of work, so I'll let the interpretations be what they may.
Please.
But no, I was not the heartthrob ever in my life. I consider myself a little weird, so I'll embrace the weird throb. Is that where this is coming from?
I love that. Why do you say that? Why do you say that you weren't the heartthrob? What about you would lend
Societal norms, right? Not the tall, dark and handsome person, not the sports guy, not the the popular guy in high school, and those kind of things. Obviously, I found my space, my niche, my passions to be able to build up my confidence and so forth. I don't consider myself a heartthrob today. I'm still a weird throb.
Right.
But maybe I don't want to be the heartthrob.
Right. Let other people can pursue
Yeah.
that if they so wish. And I think you got a lot going for you. But that's the point, is that people can see, hopefully through this music, that they have a lot going for themselves. Even if it's not typical. And if it's not typical, then good. Why do we need more of something that we've already experienced?
Right. Is that how you came up with it? Weird throb?
It just happened. It was just, I just liked how it sounded. I thought it resonated with how I see how I've gone through life as a particular being. A little strange, a little off, well-intentioned, perhaps, but I just like the way it sounded.
I love it. A lot of great songs on here, and we've heard a lot of them along the way before the release. One song that really stuck out to me is Autoerotica. First of all, the sonics of it has a tinge of Smashing Pumpkins to me. But then also just the vibe and the message of the song is very interesting. Where did that come from? Where were you when that was put together?
I just don't, usually I remember the place where I was when it transpired. I just remember mostly where the chords took me to this place. Have you ever had an out-of-body experience?
A few.
Do you remember what they were like?
Yeah. It's surreal, it's interesting, it's odd.
It took me to, I've only had one, and it took me, whatever the sonic landscape of those chords and that progression took me to that moment in my life when that had transpired. And that's sort of what, there's a lot of through lines in it. There's a lot of different stories being told throughout it. That was one, the place that it takes me to was the moment when that happened in my life.
It's interesting how you write music and create music and how you're leaving things so wide open and left to interpretation, because we live in an age, at least for the, past 5 years or what have you, where a lot of artists are definitely writing from a perspective of the diary, personal journals type of point of view, where everything is so specific. There's a lot of specificity in music today. I think maybe we're getting out of that kind of slowly, but it's been quite prominent. Does a song like You're So Pretty kind of represent that, where it's just as we hear it, as is?
Well, I think diary writing, I think any writing at its best is fantastic. And there's no way to say, oh, this way is better, this way is not better. And in the writings that seem like they're very open to interpretation, there's a lot of questions about who and what that song's about. I wish I had an answer for you.
Fair enough.
I don't have an answer.
No, that's fair. Again, the way you create art is meant to be open and to be interpreted by the listener. So
that, I think, is the most valuable thing, is how it lives in your mind. How a book has, the reader has its own imagination, envisioning all these different things. Can you imagine if we were able to see how a reader is experiencing a novel and how they picture these characters and the world that they're building, how much fun would that be?
Right.
That's the value. So the same thing with a song, where a song takes a certain person. Why does a certain person love a song that perhaps you and I can't stand? It takes them somewhere, brings them something in some sort of way that they love. And what a joy to be able to feel that way about music.
Absolutely. That's what bonds us all. Right? Regardless of age, sex, gender, whatever it may be, we resonate with something. Listen to Olivia Rodrigo, I'm instantly transported, and I'm a 17-year-old girl with a broken heart. You know?
Callan says the exact same thing.
It's strange,
Callan
but
says the
I
exact
resonate. I love her music.
That's that is so funny.
Let's just take the world we live in today, the state of music, where things are so specific. I left my scarf on this stairwell banister at 8:35 p.m.
So you're big into lyrics.
I'm questioning. Words mean,
Yes.
right?
Sure. Yes. Yes, the choices.
Yeah.
The choices. I love consuming music subconsciously. I love listening to music quietly enough to where I'm not even thinking about it. It's just happening. My brain is doing all the processing that it needs to do, and it can feel it, and then if I'm meant to find those songs that resonate with me, I'll find them again. If something really stands out to me in that standpoint, then I'll like it. And there's times where I do conscious dives too, I guess. But I try to listen to music without knowing who the artist is, without seeing the streaming numbers, without seeing anything about it, because it's not about that. That's the fucking bullshit of the unfortunate parts of this era, is that we're into statistics.
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I'm not saying that it's not relevant and that it's not important, but God, it's disgusting.
I agree.
It's like putting makeup on your bacon. Completely different worlds. What are we talking about here?
Right.
These are two great things, two usable things. Why is... I won't get into that. At my best, that's how I'm listening to music. Not paying attention to the numbers, not paying attention to the streams. And the human race is so wonderful in the sense that there's so many great songs that are so popular for a reason, because they were able to capture that magic, and it'll live on far beyond the people who wrote it.
Right.
Because it doesn't have anything to do with them.
Exactly. Which is what I was saying earlier about that universal feeling, right?
Right.
Is there anybody that you're listening to right now that really resonates with you?
I've been coming back to Beethoven for some reason when I'm feeling like nervous or high strung. I come back to Beethoven. There's an artist that I listen to a lot named Berlioz. Have you heard of Berlioz?
No.
They're fantastic. I found them years ago, and then they have this trend on TikTok too, and it's just great. But it's just very calming music, which I really enjoy. There's so many people that I'm leaving out. So many people that I'm leaving out. Honestly, just check out my Stay Pure playlist. That's where I'm keeping, and I haven't updated in like 4 weeks now. So I got to update that. But that's where I'm finding new music that I really like and trying to give it to an audience, people that would enjoy it.
Great to meet you in person.
The pleasure is mine.
And best of luck with everything.
I can't wait for you to see the show.
I can't wait myself.
Are your eyes blue?
Are they?
Is there a tinge of blue in your eyes?
It must be
The lighting?
the lighting.
It's like a blue rim.
It's this effect that you have on me, apparently.
Look at that. Maybe it's the blue
I'm the
jeans.
first Asian with blue eyes. MEHRO right here on B-Sides.
Cheers.